butterfly. Yeah. Oh, he's not here. You don't have to do that song. Do the Reading Rainbow thing. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Y'all are great. Thank you very much for coming. I'm Brent Spiner. That's Jonathan Frakes. And have yourselves a great time here at the
Steel City Comic Con.
Steel City Comic Con.
Is Mr. Stewart here?
I'm Laverne. Hi, and I'm Shirley. And
This reminds me of my old days as a runway model. How about you?
reminds me of my Broadway experiences. Hello. All right. You know, this is the weirdest stage I've ever stood on. It goes anywhere. You can take it home.
Look at this crowd.
I know.
You know, these are my people.
In what sense?
I'm from Pennsylvania myself.
How many people here from Texas?
Thank you very much. I'll take this. I was born in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, the city of governors, right next to State College, because when I was born, and my dad was teaching at Penn State, there was no hospital at State College, so you get born in Bellefonte.
I'm sorry, could you tell that little story again?
And I'll tell you, let me tell you a little something about my grandma Ethel Hawes.
Yeah.
She's from Altoona. And my grandma, what was my grandmother's name? Martha Helen.
Oh, Helen.
Little Washington. She's from Little Washington.
My grandmother.
I'm not done. I got a third grandmother.
Yeah.
My Uncle Edgar.
Yeah.
Who was a, well, I'll tell a little bit about him later. Probably. He lived in a little town called Osterburg, Pennsylvania. Nothing for Osterburg.
Hey, how about this? My grandmother, Kiev, Russia. Nothing.
My grandmother married one fine St. Kitts woman. You know that song?
I don't, but
This is the weirdest stage ever.
I know. You know, the good thing about it is they're so close.
They're here.
What are you miles away from us?
They're with us. They're
What
here
is
with
this
us.
area for?
Let me go down and see what they have to say. How you doing? And you have a question for Brent?
My daughter has...
Here we go. You look great. I was going to wear the same hat. Go ahead.
Let's go, follow me. Life forms from the movie that starts. One of their Star Trek movies. I can't remember what. Oh, that's
Life forms.
You know what? I don't remember.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
What are you talking
How about you?
Actually, I wanted to see if you guys could talk a little bit about how you as actors developed the characters. And
Well, let
did
me
you watch
just...
Best of Both Worlds because it was on last night?
Develop the characters.
Let me talk about that for a little while, if I could. When I was developing the character of Riker...
Now, when you were playing Captain Pecan, the
Yes.
wackiest son of the galaxy,
Yes. The first thing I did was I tried to my voice down here, like this.
is there a reason that you were actually from France, but your accent was English, distinctly English?
Yes, Jonathan.
Number one.
I am from France. And
And then why didn't you speak with a French accent?
Because, Jonathan, yes, I'm not from France. I'm from France, which is a part of England, where we all have French names.
Very well. And when you were in the movie Generations with William Shatner, was it really about two captains in search of one good hairpiece? Was that the theme of the movie?
Yes, it was, Jonathan. And Malcolm McDowell.
Oh,
Well, you remember him.
do I ever? Would I, hairlift?
But, Malcolm, we were doing a special thing for him the other night, weren't
Yes,
we?
on Tuesday, Wednesday.
This coming
This
Tuesday.
coming.
But they canceled it.
A tribute
They
to Malcolm
treated it to
McDowell.
Malcolm, and then they realized there's no reason.
He
to
killed
do it.
Kirk.
Exactly.
Who wants to tribute?
Not us. All right. So, Jonathan likes to work the crowd. He likes to go into the audience.
I like to feel like I'm with the people. Did I mention that I'm from Pennsylvania?
Right.
I'm honest in Bethlehem still.
I myself try to stay as far away as possible.
Brent doesn't like the people as much as I do.
I'm not a people person.
I think it's the emotion thing.
It must be.
How you guys doing? You're really good. You look great. Hi, kids.
Oh, hey,
What are you doing here? Did you get dragged here?
Brianna.
I'm sorry to bother you. Go ahead, Brent.
I remember, by the way, every name of every person I have met here so far. What's your name? Christopher?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is Christopher here with us today?
Right here.
What's he wearing?
He's the same thing he had on yesterday.
And he looks like Riker!
There he
Oh.
is. It is Christopher, right?
It is.
You see, I remember every name ever. Philip, Elaine, Helena, Clark, Joyce,
Shelley.
Frida, Shannon and Frida,
What about this guy here?
Myrtle. Oh no, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah. A question, yes. Let's take a question.
Let's take a question.
For me, relax, Jonathan. If you can. Yes. Yes.
And then again in season 6 of Relics, you got to work with James Doohan.
Yes.
What was it like working with such iconic characters from the Star Trek franchise?
You know, for you people in the back, because I know you couldn't hear a word he just said.
Are you going to repeat the question?
Yeah.
As part of your answer? That's a very good interview
I want
technique.
you to know, for you people in the back who couldn't hear, I couldn't hear him either. So, let me just say, in answer to your question, no.
They were iconic characters.
That's what he said. No, he asked us what it was like to work with DeForest Kelley in the pilot.
Right.
And
Encounter at Farpoint.
yeah, and then the episode Relics you mentioned with
Season 6.
James Doohan. What was it like to work with them? Well, you know, we worked with Spock too, with Leonard Sugar Ray Leonard. Right? And Jonathan does that thing called the caterpillar. I don't know if you've ever seen him do it. Yeah,
DeForest was my favorite.
DeForest was a wonderful guy. Jimmy was great. He didn't know my name. He kept trying to talk to me. He'd go, hello, Dana.
Wasn't Dee from Texas like you?
Dee was Texas feller, I think. And then Sugar Ray Leonard was just so fast on his feet. It was amazing. A great boxer and a wonderful
Sneaky quick.
Yeah.
Sneaky quick.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Just like J.J. Abrams brought the original series back as new actors were taking on the famous roles, which actors would you like to see replace Data, take over for Data and Riker in the next couple of years?
Will Wheaton's going to play Riker.
Good choice.
I think so. Will Ferrell's going to play Data.
I think Patton Oswalt would make a good Data.
I think Halle Berry would make a good Data.
Oh, never mind. I've been there, haven't I? All right, yes, sir.
What a strange setup here at Steel City.
It really is. But you know what?
It's working.
It's working.
You look good up there. You look thin, you look young, you look fit. Doesn't it look great? Right, it's dinner. Now, the interesting thing is there's no filming allowed. And yet,
No filming allowed, and yet there's a camera right there in our faces. But
why is that?
Oh, and everyone else has got theirs going too.
What's going on with your head? What, nobody noticed before this?
Do you wear that style all the time? Because it suits you.
Let me see the back. Look, it changes in the back.
Is it really a tattoo?
Come here. Van Gogh's Starry Night.
You know what would make it really look good? If you lost one ear.
Oh, it's
Wow,
beautiful.
that is fantastic. It really is Starry Night.
Is it a tattoo?
It's a tattoo.
Starry night.
That's beautiful.
Dang,
All
man.
right, back to you guys. Enough of my head.
How many times have you been arrested? Seriously. That is interesting. Wow. But really, think about taking one ear off.
We can do it.
We can do it right here.
We can do it right here and now.
I got a blade on me, actually. Too soon. Oh, okay. All right.
That was horrible.
And it's on film. Yes, sir. What may I do for you? Well, then let me answer that this way. I think probably Benedict Cumberbatch would play me, and Tom Hiddleston would play Tom. Does that answer your question? Oh, there was no question. Go ahead. Brianna. Brianna.
You know just how she feels.
It's okay. Don't worry. I feel the same way sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you whine? I do. That's why they call me Spiner the Whiner. Go ahead. What was your question?
When I played Thomas Riker on Deep Space Nine, I was under the impression that Thomas Riker would be returning. And yet, the beautiful and talented Nana Visitor, who played, what's her character's name? Kira.
Kira Nerys.
Sent me off to Cardassian prison with Bruce Jenner.
Well, because you were Tom.
Wait a minute.
And I'm still apparently in prison in Cardassia, waiting to return to Deep Space Nine, Deep Throat
Tom
Nine.
Riker was.
So I don't get it. Were you on that show? I was on Deep Space. Yeah,
You were?
I'm in prison.
He was
I
Tom
wasn't. He was
Riker.
my doppelganger.
I was Thomas. We had him on our show too, didn't we?
Yeah. You know what? Marina thought Thomas was a lot cuter than Will Riker.
He was nice looking.
Were you really?
You were on Deep Space?
I was on Deep Space.
I never did
and
that.
Enterprise as well, and Voyager.
were
I
the
did
chef.
Enterprise, but I never
What?
did. You went Voyager?
Yeah.
I was never on that show.
No, I was never on Voyager.
Oh,
Oh, no, I was on Voyager.
Are you
Anyway.
Kate Mulgrew? What?
5 seconds on Voyager? I directed Voyager though.
Cute brought you on
I had Picardo and Dwight Schultz together in an episode of Voyager.
Nice.
It's a good, nice acting team.
Very nice.
Sort of like us.
Very nice. And then you brought him into a movie with us, both of them,
They were both.
in First Contact.
They were
right?
both
Yeah.
in First Contact. And then we tried to put Armin in Insurrection and it didn't work out so well.
Was he in Insurrection?
He was briefly, and they ended up on the cutting room floor.
What did he play?
Quark.
Well, all right. Who's next?
Over here? Oh, that's stand over there.
That's a tattoo, man.
It's a tattoo. It's okay.
So I
don't
can
feel
get
bad.
I can get my whole bald spot tattooed in with hair.
Or with a great work of art.
You know, without the call.
Wait, what?
They didn't tell me. I just wanted to ask Mr. Frakes how it worked and how it felt being both behind the camera and in front of the camera during First Contact, because I thought that was the best Star Trek movie ever made.
You said, I'm sorry?
For you folks in the back, this gentleman was very rudely interrupted this moment to ask Mr. Riker a question. I mean, what is your name? Tony. Tony, a question.
You believe this whole thing's being filmed?
Because it's going so nicely. Yeah.
Got like rhythm.
Yeah. He wanted to know what it was like to direct and act. Is that right? In First Contact.
And then he said,
The best movie ever made.
Best movie ever
That's a
made.
bit much.
It's like it goes First Contact, Citizen Kane, Godfathers 1 and 2,
1 and 2.
Schindler's List, Nemesis,
Jaws. Master of Disguise.
Master of Disguise, and Dude, Where's My Car? Right?
And
Dude. Yeah, he loves that movie. His favorite film. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
What about this poor young lady here?
Yeah, this poor young lady. Yeah, come here.
I get a hug her?
No, I wanted you to, she's put upon, I want to put her upon you. No, what was your question? You can ask it. Well, here.
I was just wondering, this is for both of you, if you were actors starting out like right now, what is the role that you would want to be playing?
Oh, God. I want to get another kind of job.
You can start out right now.
Right now. I'd like to be Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Isn't he amazing? Or Benedict.
Yeah. I'd like to be, I'm sorry, what was your question?
What's the role you would most want to play right now if you were just starting out?
I'd like to play, Matthew McConaughey. I'd like to play him in real life.
Actor kind of role as opposed to...
Yes, I don't want to play character. I want to play Matthew McConaughey. Because when I was a boy, somebody came to me and asked me, in 10 years, who are you going to most admire? And I thought at that time, Brent Spine. And then 10 years later he came to me and he said, well, who do you admire now? And I said, Brent Spine. And then I could go on forever. Thank you so much for asking, though. It's been a pleasure being put upon you. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Whoa, you wrote your questions down?
He wrote them down. How many you got there?
How many questions you got? How many tattoos you got?
Who's James Cromwell? He's asking, by the way, he said in First Contact, it kills a lot of time when you do this.
Yeah.
In First Contact, James Cromwell actually says the words Star Trek in his dialogue.
Yes,
and that was the first time that it ever happened.
It ever happened.
That was the first time James Cromwell had ever said those words, too. Now, that's all he says. You say, hello, James, he goes, Star Trek.
Then he says, you didn't tell him about the statue. Remember that from that movie?
You know,
that was a good movie.
10
Marina
years
and
ago.
James Cromwell drunk in that movie was one of the high points.
Is that your idea?
No.
What, were we supposed to be up here or were we supposed to be down there?
No, I don't know. I'm going to come back up. I think it's probably right. I think you're in the right spot.
Okay. What, was that your question?
No, the question was, did we stop and celebrate the speaking of the words of Star Trek? We did.
Oh, yeah, we had a party. They brought out streamers and cake and, oh, it was such fun.
It was,
I wish you could
those
have
are the
been there.
days.
I really do.
Were you ever up there in the mountains?
No, I didn't go, I was there for just a minute.
Oh,
From
man.
the very first minute. It was a little chilly, so I left.
Yeah.
Yes. This is for Jonathan. Let me take a seat.
I have often walked down the street before.
Okay, go ahead.
Criminal Minds.
Wait a minute. It's gonna make this easy.
Christopher, how you feel?
What's your question? Who's it for?
It's for John.
Okay. Next question. Jonathan, for you.
Criminal Minds. I played a horrible, despicable character in that
You
show.
played electroshock therapy.
No, I had given my daughter electroshock
Yeah.
therapy.
What are your feelings about that episode?
I'm appalled. I'm appalled, embarrassed, and I hope my daughter never sees it. But it was a job. No, warm heart though. Do I have any animal episodes?
He's just asking if you've done any other horrible things.
As a matter of fact, I just did some bad acting on a television series called Hit the Floor, which is on VH1, and I play a rather kinky collector of pornography. I had my hair dyed black and my beard dyed black.
Wow.
Another despicable. I think maybe that's my new phase.
Is the sicko.
It's the anti-Riker. Because Riker's sort of an honorable guy, right?
I think he was kind of sick, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Hey,
He
thanks
wasn't
for that question. That was fantastic. Give me one of those.
There we are. He'll never shake your
All
hand.
the best. Oh, do you want a photo? I didn't. Yeah. Oh, a selfie with you.
He doesn't like to be touched. He really doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't like to be touched. I'm telling you right now.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know where you've been. You've been here. Oh,
Definitely
I don't want to
job
touch
to
you.
My job
Hi.
is doing
Who's that? Who's that on your,
on the men.
Oh, your what? She's got her grandparents tattooed on her arm. How nice. They look so young. Oh, there were 21. They look like kids. Do they speak? Here. Hello. Okay. Let me get back up here.
I'll get this question for you. Resistance is futile.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, not you. For the fans. Were you here for Cindy Williams? Cindy Williams, right? Who is she? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How was it? Was it good? What kind of questions did you ask her? Like, do you like Laverne in real life? Right? No, you didn't ask her that. Anybody ask a question about The Conversation, the movie The Conversation? I saw it
One of the
this morning.
great movies of all time.
I said one of the great American
Gene
films.
Hackman playing the tenor sax, directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
It's a great movie.
Brilliant movie.
And I told her this morning, she has